Tubers, two bets, and of course, crazy people. First thing I want to announce about this video is that I put on the front, on the thumbnail, viewer discretion advised. And I mean it, because this is a chat amongst expats that have been here for over a year and a half, and we discuss some topics that, as my father likes to say, would get a little salty as far as the language and the topics. So if that's not your thing, I would advise you just not to watch it. But if you'd like to hear from the three of us and what life has been like for the last 6 months, a lot has changed in the last 6 months for all three of us, and we thought we'd share our experiences with you. I actually released this 3 days ago on my memberships only, and because of the language and because of some of the topics. But I got such a positive response from that I figured I'd go ahead and unleash it upon the world. All right, so here comes my chat with Daryl, myself, and the infamous Goldfinger. Coming right up. Start saying something.
Hello there. Are we actually recording now?
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
We're back.
Hello.
We're back. Whether you like it or not, we're back. So I wanted to talk to these two yo-yos about what life has been like in the last 6 months. You want to go first there, Hawkeye?
No.
Oh, come on.
Goldfinger?
I've lost 20 pounds. I'm happy.
Okay.
I've lost 9 kilos, which is 20 pounds, in 6 weeks. That's incredible. And I'm doing it I just started off with fasting, intermittent, 1 meal a day, and then I went to 1 meal every day and a half, and then I haven't eaten now in 4 days. So today is the 4th day, actually in an hour.
Not a drop of food.
No food, just water.
Just water. Did you get hungry?
It was horrible on the second day. The first day I was hungry, the second day was horrible.
You get hunger headaches?
Oh, I got withdrawals. Just total withdrawals.
What about the first day of fasting?
I had nausea. The first day was hunger. The second day was worse. It was withdrawals. It was in the way of I was hungry, but I also was nauseous. Literally in a body withdrawal. It's like if you were on drugs. We won't talk about that. But I've been on withdrawals from Coke. But we're not going to talk about that. So, can't get in here anyway. So, but it reminded me of Coke withdrawals, to be honest. Okay. So, it was horrible on the second day. The third day was a little bit of hunger, and now today, the 4th day, no hunger whatsoever. And I'm thinking I was going to go 5 days, but I've lost so much weight so quickly, and I don't feel hungry. If I don't feel hungry tomorrow, I'm going to go for 7 days.
Cool.
Yeah.
Because I fasted for 3 days is the longest.
And you know what? You need to go on to the 4th day, because the 3rd day you're hungry still.
Actually, the funny thing is I almost had to make myself eat on the 3rd day.
Oh.
It's weird. The first day I don't feel anything. The second day is torture.
Horrible.
Torture.
Horrible.
Torture, man.
Seriously.
And then you're smelling food, and I'm with May. So where does she want to go? McDonald's. So I got to sit there and stare at all the friggin' Big Macs and French fries and milkshakes and the Coke floats and everything. And it's just like agony. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, now what I did do is I had terrible leg cramp this morning. I get up early and I swim. And I woke up this morning and moved quick out of the bed because I know we had a busy day today. And my leg just cramped up. Ridiculous. I call it Charlie horse, but it's a cramp. Okay, and I remember reading somewhere that if you take mustard, a couple spoonfuls of mustard, it will relieve the pain. And it did. I told Carolyn, my fiance, go get some mustard and spoon. She thought it was nuts. Okay, she's getting me, and I said, then get me a bottle with, salts. They have minerals and they have something else.
The one that helps with memory?
Yeah. Yeah, obviously the one that helps with memory because I didn't take it.
How's that working out for you?
Yeah.
What?
How's that working out for you?
What?
Huh?
Oh, it helps with
what?
It helps with
what
hearing.
What are we talking about?
It helps with your hearing. Okay.
So it had something else in it. I don't remember. I didn't make sure stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know, something, ions, I don't know.
Okay.
And And I'm
You
drinking,
fill in the blank.
I'm drinking that now. See, I only drink water. That's all I drink. And a spoonful of mustard. That's what I've had in 4
Okay.
days. A spoonful of mustard.
Well, that was a thrilling story, Goldfinger. I
Thank
really
you.
want to thank you for sharing that
Yeah,
with
what
us.
were we talking about before that?
Well-
that I lost weight.
What I want to know is you guys are both engaged. Is that correct? Are you engaged? Or just living?
He's engaged. You're engaged.
Yeah.
You are.
Sure.
Well, you're awful quiet today. What's the
Say
matter
it.
with you?
Just did it. Blurt it out there. Go
Are
ahead.
you pensive?
He's holding back.
Passive.
I'm engaged. No plans for marriage. I'm engaged. No plans for marriage. How about you, Daryl?
You're what?
Yeah.
You're engaged with no plans for marriage.
Don't
I've
let
never
Daryl see
heard
this.
that. I've never heard. Why would you? Engaged means you're
I'm
to
faithful
be married.
her. I'm faithful to her. She's the one and only. I love her. I just don't think a 32-year-old girl should be with a. I'm going to be next week. I turn 68. Okay, I don't think a 32-year-old should be with a 68-year-old man. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't know. I don't want to straddle her with that. I don't know. It just seems wrong. That's the way we were brought up. I know.
Okay, that made absolutely no sense.
I'm sorry. It's just something.
Can you add some
And you're engaged.
reality to this conversation here? For just
I
a
don't
minute?
I don't know why you're worried about it because it's everywhere here, so it's the norm.
I know it's
So,
the norm here, but
it is normal.
It does bother me. a
Yeah,
little
I mean,
bit.
if you think back to where we come from, yes, would it be accepted? Probably not as much, unless you're a celebrity, of course. But it's the norm here.
it is the norm.
But with me, I put her in charge. You tell me where to go, where to sign, what to do, and then it's all on you.
Carolyn,
And so when it happens, but I'm not pushing for a date.
Here's my primary question, is because I observe and I like to watch and I see things go on, and so much of it reminds me of me. And so since you guys first got here, you were both in big hurry up mode.
everybody,
like I was.
everybody,
Everybody is.
does.
Everybody.
And you know I always scream slow down,
Yeah.
and nobody listens to me.
Right.
And so that's fine.
Yep.
But how long have you been with your lady?
I met her January of last year.
Okay.
So what, year and a half ago?
Okay.
Uh,
16
she-
months for Carolyn to
She
die.
moved in with me August of last year.
okay.
We-
All right,
Today
so
is our
quite a while.
anniversary. Today's our anniversary, 16 months.
Whose anniversary?
Carolyn and I.
Oh, happy anniversary.
Yeah, we
16
celebrate
months.
every month. On the 27th, that's every month.
Have you found that since you moved in, found somebody that you're in love with, someone that you're dedicated to, has it changed your whole MO of how you navigate the Philippines as opposed to when you were single?
I was more active.
Uh-huh.
Well, like I said, I met her in January, and we just kind of, she worked at a restaurant, and we would frequent there, Goldfinger and I.
Yeah.
And I would see her, and we would talk, and we met once or twice for, a lunch, like a little lunch coffee date or something, but nothing real serious, because she was very, as they call it, shy or reserved.
Right.
And it wasn't until, actually, in July of last year, I just told her, you know what, I give up. I mean, I'm going to date other people and move on. And then she did a 180. So when you can say, see you later, have, good luck. But when you say goodbye, that's the key word, I think. You say goodbye, the lights turns on inside them, and then she immediately changed from this reserved, conservative person to, okay, well, I want to be with you, but I want this. Can you do these things? And I said, sure. So she moved in a month later after she decided, okay. And I asked her, why have you been kind of reeling me in, put me off for so long? And it was the proverbial, I was testing you.
Yeah,
So,
they do that.
yeah, I just kind of told her, I said, you know what, testing's over. It's either piss or get off the pot, right? And she decided to,
But what I really want to know
challenge
is,
me.
has it eased your life over here? Has it made it more complicated?
Well,
Has
and
it made
that's-
it simplified?
yeah, that's where I was
That's where
kind
I'm
of-
trying to go with this.
Kind of I was more active and doing more, because when you're by yourself, you don't want to sit home by yourself.
Right.
So I was out every day. I was out doing something.
Yeah, I travel.
And since
don't travel
she's
anymore.
moved in, I'm home more. I've gained 25 pounds since she's moved. Which before I was losing the weight. Now I'm slowly putting it back on. So I need to do something about that. You know, and the thing with these Filipinas is when they cook, there's 2 of us. When she cooks, there's enough for 10. I'm like, why do you cook so much food?
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't want to go to the waste. I don't want to waste. So I eat more, and then I gain more.
You love this.
But-
I'm on a fast, and Caroline cooks me meals.
Yeah,
Check this out.
it's
Honey,
crazy.
I don't
Yeah,
eat. It's
crazy.
water. She'll make a whole salad, but it's healthy. You got to eat. You can't go without food. You've been 3 days without food. Here's a salad. It's healthy. Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah. Well,
And you know the proverbial saying,
look at that.
you want rice with that? Right?
Right.
Of course you do.
Goddamn rice for breakfast, lunch, dinner. It drives me crazy.
I don't eat rice.
So,
No rice.
How about your finances? And I don't want to get into the specifics of this, that, and the other, but with a lady, without a lady. Change? No change? More?
do
less?
I spend more? Probably a little more. But you know, when you go shopping, you give the money to the Filipina and send her, and you stand 20 feet away because your price and her price are different.
Correct.
So we kind of do that when we go to the market, if you will, or somewhere that's, you know,
Everything, they don't have price tags.
there's no posted price.
Yeah, there's no
Right.
price. They have the Filipino
but,
price, and then they have the foreign price.
You know, I was a good boy. I learned when I was, you know, in my early 20s how to invest, and you know, I've got, you know, several sources of income that come in. I'm not hurting. I can live anywhere in the world I want, anywhere in the world. Cost is not a factor to me. So, but I like it here. I choose to be here, and Janessa keeps me grounded here.
That's something that you're really
So-
focused on. Where a guy like me who has, you know, a source of income from Social Security or an annuity or rental property or whatever, kind of has to keep an eye on the budget.
I was a little different.
What about you?
I don't know.
Well, for Carolyn, I tried to buy her love.
Oh,
In the first 12 months, I bought her everything she could possibly want. She did artwork, so I bought her an easel and all these different pencil sets and everything from Amazon, and spent several hundred on that. She liked it. It was buying her love. So then she wanted to do, you know, she wanted to talk about computer work, but I need a higher speed computer. Okay, a laptop. Okay, it was $1,000. I bought a $1,000 computer, and with it she needed wireless mouse and speakers that were wireless, and then we needed a backup generator in case the power goes out, because they won't give her a job online in the States unless you have a power supply to back up your Wi-Fi and your computer. Okay, got that. And then she wanted a notebook. I got that. You know, she was, you know, for last birthday or something. And I didn't mind spending, but I spent a lot of money on her. And you know what? She can't be bought. She doesn't mind her own. She can't be bought. I tried to pay her. I wanted to pay her to feed the children, because we did that this past weekend. And we fed 30 kids, and I wanted to pay her. I said, well, I have the funds donated to me to hire. And you're working, you work from 4:30 to 8 o'clock at night. I don't want any money for that. That's volunteer. I'm not
Right.
taking money for
I
children.
got to take her side on that.
Well, I agree, and I said, okay.
But you're still leading with your wallet,
Yes.
and you haven't broken that habit yet.
No.
I think it's one of the worst
I've
habits that men have over here.
You know,
in general, I don't mean just here, but I mean around the world.
in the States,
Is
I
leading
do
with
the
your
same thing.
wallet. You're out. You try to dress to impress. You try
Right.
to own
Yeah.
things.
That's exactly
you
what
try
I
to
did.
take. You know, if you're going out to dinner,
Yeah.
you try to go to someplace upper scale,
Yeah.
and you try to show off
Right.
and be a big shot. And blah blah
I
blah.
did that in Las
and
Vegas.
here in the Philippines, you lose respect from women. I
They
can
don't like it. They
guarantee
do
it.
not like it.
If you are frugal, they will look up to you.
Yeah.
And they will respect that because they're perpetually thinking about their future.
So I
and
said-
they're like, yeah, man, let's sock it away. And I
She
don't
has
know.
this little rice cooker. Good for 4 or 5 people. We have 30 kids. They all need a cup of rice. I said we need to go buy a 50-cup rice bag, like a 8-liter commercial. It's this big.
I know,
Okay.
I almost stepped on it.
Yeah, okay. So I said we need to get a really big one so you have plenty of rice. And she goes, well, no, I'll just make several in the small one and store it. That doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry. Just make 3 or 5 kilos of rice, you know, and then just boom, and you're done. And then I said, we also need a giant pot. She's using 2 or 3 smaller pots. I said, just order a huge pot. And when you're making, you know, whatever they make, I don't know what it is. I forgot the name of mongoose or whatever. It's lentils, and it's got pork in it, and it's got vegetables in it, and then they put some different oyster sauce and what is that? See that I didn't take that packet.
But you know what?
My mind went going. Anyway,
I think you're changing your tune a little bit because you have started to teach her how to make money. You're taking your. We won't go into details.
Yeah.
But you're taking your business acumen, which you're very good at.
There's ways to make money, and
That
there's ways to waste your time.
for her to make money.
Yeah.
And she was trying to do a little food thing, and it was just a waste of time, energy, and she didn't make any money at it.
No.
It broke even
Well,
at best.
she was. She told me, "I'm not doing it for money."
Well,
And what I said to her, you're right, because you're losing money selling food. You're selling dynamite sticks for 4 or 5 pesos, and they're costing you 7.
Yeah.
I broke it all down as to the basics of the meat going in, the cheese, the tortillas, that she's rolling, the fry, the oil, the gas. You're losing money.
And her time.
hey, do you guys find it hard when you're talking to your Filipina, just communication in general being tough?
Oh yeah.
Does a lot get lost
Let
in
me tell you.
translation?
Let me tell you a
That's what
story.
that's what I can tell you.
I got a story for you. You're gonna like this.
Tell me.
I was, we were home, I was in the shower, and I was drying off, I was drying off, and she says, here, all Filipinos call their significant other babe. Okay? So, you go to the mall and you hear babe, and you got 50 foreigners looking.
Right. Is that one mine?
Yeah, so I'm getting out of the shower, I'm drying off, and it's babe. I'm like, why? I need help. What do you need help with? She's in the other room. I asked her, what do you need help with? The shits. I was like, what? You need help with what? The shits. What? And I'm thinking like, I'm not wiping your ass, And I'm like, again, you need help with what? The shits. So I dry off.
Sheets.
I go in the other
bed.
room
Yeah.
and she's got sheets hanging up.
Yeah.
I started laughing.
I got
She
it.
says, "What's so funny?" I said, "I thought you were on the toilet." She goes, "You fucking foreigners."
Yeah.
Oh, like you said,
Well-
shits, not sheets.
She summed it up, didn't she?
All you quarters.
And another time
And
she
that'll be the
says,
title of this video. You fucking foreigners.
"You fucking foreigners." So another time she says, "Babe," I'm like, "Oh, what? Can we go eat
I
out?"
have to make this members only.
She says, "Can we go eat out tonight?" And I said, "Sure." I said, "Where do you want to go?" She says, "I want to go to Moon Coffee." Moon Coffee. And I know, there's Tom and Tom's Coffee, there's Bo's Coffee. I'm like, coffee? You want to go eat it? I said, "Where's this at?" She says, "It's at Robinson's. Don't you know?" He said, "No." And I said, "I don't think I've ever been there." And she says, "No, you've been there." I said, "I know." She says, "Yes, we've been there." And I said, I ordered something? She says, "Yeah." I said, "Did I drink?" Because I'm thinking Moon Coffee. "Did I drink something there?" "Of course you did." I'm like, okay. So we get in the truck, we're driving to the Robinson's Mall, and I'm like, "Where's this again?" It's on the 2nd floor. And I said, "I have never seen nor heard of a Moon Coffee." She says, "We've been there several times." I said, No, not with me, you haven't. So we get there, we get to the mall, and we're walking in. I go, "Now where is it?" She points up there. It's Moon Cafe,
Moon Cafe.
not Moon Coffee.
Yeah.
Right.
Moon Cafe is kind of like a Mexican. So that's another story. And then another one that's funny, you're talking about communication. So back in the States, you pack up, you're going somewhere, and your spouse might say, "Hey, did you turn off the air conditioner?" You go, "Yeah." Here it's, "Did you off it?"
Yeah.
"Did you off the AC?
yeah,
Did
yeah.
you off the light? Did you turn off the light? Did you off the light?"
Yeah.
So yeah, the communication is real
Or open and
cute.
close the light is what
Yeah,
I went
yeah,
through
yeah,
with
yeah,
May.
yeah. Yeah.
They do
You
that
want
in
the-
Mexico.
you want the light open?
And you don't take your medication, you drink your medication.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hilarious.
The thing is, though, is we've got to adjust to all
Of
that.
course.
I mean, it's their place, it's their language, it's their sayings. But the pronunciation will get you. How about you? Carolyn speaks great English.
Yeah, she does. She's very good. She doesn't realize her potential, though. She worked as, again, my mind's gone, paralegal for an attorney for several years before I knew her. She knows a lot of legal stuff. She knows how to use a laptop. She knows how to get things done, licenses, permits, stuff She doesn't do that.
Yeah, I've seen her write up some stuff.
She's wrote up contracts
Yeah,
for other
I've
people.
seen it. It's
She's
very,
done,
very well done.
She's done what do they call it when you have a business profile or something for yourself? You have like you're submitting a profile to a company on yourself.
Resume?
A resume. She did the most professional resume I've ever seen in my life. I couldn't believe it. I said, this is really good. This is a really good resume. Very thorough, very clear, very punctuation perfect. Everything's right. I go, and then she goes, but what I want to do is I want to draw faces with chalk. I said, well, how much you get paid for that? Oh, sometimes they pay me and sometimes they can't. The hell, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, honey, you know how you have the potential. You've got the laptop now. You've got the power backup. You've got the knowledge in your head, and you could be a legal aid, a paralegal. You know English and you know science, and she knows some other one too. I don't.
So you're seeing a lot of potential,
but
she just doesn't seem interested.
She's not interested in making money.
Well, you can lead a horse to water. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't get so frustrated about it.
Very well,
but you've always been that way your entire life.
My whole life.
Is making a buck.
Not only making a buck, but looking at your potential and thinking about
right
what you're wasting your time.
You know what was the first clue with me was back in the day when you sent me all those Balak buying boxes.
Yeah.
But you had a tie-dye deal with
tie-dye.
a full tie-dye kit that you bought at the swap meet. A guy sold you for like $25 or something
everything.
Like that, whatever
everything.
It was.
Shirts, dyes,
and you know what?
Everything.
Here's the difference. This is what I realized how smart you are. Is I would have walked by that guy and glanced at it and said, what the hell am I going to do with that thing? But you came up, I'll never forget you saying this. Where else can you buy a business for $25?
Yeah. It was ridiculous.
And I thought, that is genius.
Yeah.
Because this guy taught you or showed you, didn't he? I don't want to put words in your mouth.
No, he did. He came over, he showed me how to do it.
T-shirts.
I had no idea, and he showed me,
and you were able to do that. You made a bunch of shirts. I don't know if you ever made any money off of it, but it doesn't matter if you did or not. But you see potential in things when it comes to that. That's just a knack. That's a gift that you have.
I'm Jewish.
Yeah.
The answer to that is I'm Jewish, okay? All Jews see money, okay? They know how to make money. I know how to make money. I don't have to tell you. I used to laugh about it because I had 3 businesses at one time, and one of them was jewelry, and one of them was financial investing. Oh well. We need to talk about another subject.
Okay. Well, what subject would you like?
There's 2 of them. Health insurance.
All right.
On the last time we were together.
Because we see what Jules is going through right now.
Oh God, you got to have insurance when you get here, guys. It's affordable. Okay, you have to have health insurance. The first year I was here, I had expensive health insurance.
Before you go any further, I want to interject.
Okay.
I really don't want you pitching any particular product or any particular name.
Okay.
All right, because that's on my channel, and I don't want if somebody gets it and it doesn't work, I don't want that to happen.
Okay.
But the general idea of insurance, feel free to give your opinion.
Well, okay, I'll give you the just of the cost and the type of shirts I got without the names.
Thank you.
However, they can go out and get my ebook and see it. Da-da-da-da. Okay, so free ebook, everything includes all the insurance, okay, for vehicles and health and life. Okay.
And we'll definitely put a freaking link.
Thank you.
Your stupid ebook.
I think he just gave you the middle finger.
So with the insurance,
Middle fingers
I was
ebook.
paying.
My eyes were bleeding after reading the 10th book. Okay,
I
go ahead.
was paying $1,250 twice every 6 months for the first insurance policy, and it was phenomenal. I mean, it was worth. It was at $1 million. It was in U.S. dollars, $1 billion, couple billion, or $5 billion. It's $5 billion policy, $5 billion U.S. dollar policy. You can't spend $5 billion in the Philippines. I don't care if they have to reattach your arms, legs, and give you a new heart. You could not spend $5 billion here. But I didn't know that when I first got here. Now I see what people have gone through and how much they paid for insurance, and I've seen people have literally heart surgery, and they won't spend $500,000-600,000 for pesos. Pesos. What does that come out to?
I think it depends on the
100,000.
surgery. I think it's about 20 grand if you go in for a bypass, a USD. if
Yeah,
you go in for
20
a
grand
bypass.
US.
So that's
Yes.
a million pesos.
That's $1 million pesos.
That's a
pal.
million pesos. Okay.
Yeah.
So I found a policy, and I'm not going to say who. I found an insurer for $1 million. It's called a Filipino policy, but it covers anybody. You apply. You have no testing. They don't test you or anything. You get $1 million peso coverage a year. Every year reduced to $1 million. So if you use 400,000, you only have 6 left for that year. It covers everything. There's no.
Does it carry over to the next year?
No, it's $1 million.
So you don't get $2 million the second
million
year.
Yeah.
Okay, resets.
Maximum, you resets.
Okay.
$1 million every year. And there's no deductible. You have an insurance card. So
Now let me ask you this real quick. Do you have to pay up front and get reimbursed?
No. No. When you go to the hospital and you show them that insurance and they verify it, you're in. Okay? They guarantee you entry into a Philippine
Well,
hospital.
I'm a little leery of making that statement.
Well, that's what
I'll tell
I'll
you
only what I
why.
can tell.
Because you haven't done it yet.
Not true.
And so you haven't gone to this hospital, that hospital, that hospital, that hospital. They may look at you and you might get the person behind the counter that says, no, that's not the way we do it here. So I would be careful about saying that, all right? I just want to be
Okay.
clear
So,
that,
so you
it
better
sounds
have
too
a
good
few
to be
thousand-
true,
you
it
better have a
may
few
be.
thousand
So I'm going to interject on this one, pal. I would be prepared to go ahead and pay that $20,000 and then wait to be reimbursed. I think is a safer statement.
okay.
Because to make a blanket comment like that is a little,
Well,
you
that's
know,
what they say. They said they get you. He said
they
very
said
clearly,
the insurance company's saying that.
Yeah.
But the hospital didn't say that.
That's true.
Okay.
And I've heard,
I'm always having to correct it.
I don't know if it's true, maybe you know, but I've heard that it takes sometimes years to get reimbursed from the insurance company. Is that true?
I have heard only on car insurance. My friend Mike, who lives in Cebu, he has a Wego just like mine. He hit a tree, he flipped it into a ditch, and it landed on the roof. And believe it or not, this guy didn't get hurt.
Wow.
He's not a scratch. I go, did you get hurt? He goes, not even a toenail. He goes, I'm perfectly fine. But the car is
Totaled.
totaled, and I'm cool. I thought, man, upside down with the seatbelt on, that had to hurt the neck. Or no complaints from him.
All right.
Anyway, but that being said, it took him 6 months to get the money for the car.
But he got it.
But he got
But he
it.
got it.
But that's again, that leads us into having that $1 million in
mean,
reserve,
oh,
$20,000 in cash in reserves, 10,000, whatever the number is.
I was told
Different strokes for different
to
folks,
build
of
up
course.
$1 million peso account, savings account for emergencies. $1 million peso.
One that's 20,000 US dollars.
Okay, so, and that's what I'm working towards. But in the meantime, I don't have it. So, this policy for my age of 67, I'll be 68 in a week, but they go by your current age. So for 67, and I had some prior things, nothing major prior, nothing. I haven't had heart attacks, strokes. I'm just diabetic, but I'm no longer diabetic. But basically, they didn't really care. There was no testing, and it was 52,000 pesos, which is it was like $900 US
For a year.
per year, and you either pay it lump sum, $900, or you can break it up into 2 payments every 6 months, but they will charge you 8%.
And does that coverage start from day one, or is there a 90-day waiting period?
No waiting period, no
Okay.
deductible.
And that's in your ebook.
Yes, it is.
And you have some corrections to make in your ebook, by the way.
Always. We're already on version 21.
I had a guy email me on some of your.
Well, you didn't forward it to me.
Okay, I will. They're minor, but
Okay, and then the other thing, and that's, you really should get that policy, because there's a lot of guys here that
or
get
a
hurt.
policy.
Something.
See, here's what I'll tell you. I don't like to give advice, but just to counterbalance Goldfinger, I would encourage you to research a lot of policies. You can also get his little ebook for free. I'll put a link in and he'll email it to you. And he gives all of his words of wisdom in there, right? Names, numbers,
Yeah,
dates.
I mean, I've learned a lot, and I got a lot of people that gave me information I wasn't sure about visas. I wasn't totally clear on it, so I put that information in there. Or buying a car, because I didn't buy a car, so stuff like that, or renting motorbikes and scooters.
Yeah.
The disadvantages, advantages of buying versus renting, all that kind of stuff. It's all in there, including traveling tips for flying, and we're getting off the subject. In any case, I've known it from people that did not get health insurance, and it's devastated them. And the reason why they don't get insurance is because we have Medicare. Is it Medicare back in the States?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Yeah, they have Medicare. It ain't going to do you no good if you have a stroke.
That doesn't work out here.
You break an
have
arm.
to go home or to Guam.
Yeah, your arm is hanging there. You're not going to be able to fly back home. It doesn't work here, okay? I mean, you get into an accident and you get hurt, you're going to have to go into the hospital here. I dropped my Medicare, Part B. It makes no sense to carry it if you're going to live here, okay? Because it isn't going to be any good. You're not going to spend so much money to go back home, and then you're going to have to pay for hotel and food, and then you're going to have to fly back.
Well, I think we got healthcare covered.
Yeah.
Have you found,
Now, the other
Goldfinger and I were talking about how we've, over the months, years that we've been here, how we have found little nuances that have made our life so much simpler. So the example we were talking about before you got here was, what time do you leave the house? For example, if May and I are going to go into Dumageddon, or I'm just going to go into Dumageddon, do not leave the house between 7 and 9 o'clock in the morning, because that's when the kids are getting dropped off for school.
They have a rush hour.
And it'll take you longer to get there.
And
so you have to leave. If I got to get to town,
Before 7?
I either got to get out before 7
Or
after 9.
Yep.
And then you can just boogaloo.
And 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. in the evening.
And 4 to 7 in the evening, psychotic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I had to go to immigration this morning to pick up my visa extension, and they open at 8, so I left the house at 7, right at 7 o'clock, and traffic was already starting to get bad.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to something we forgot to touch on, but it's insurance, but it's not health insurance. Vehicle insurance. Another subject that people get caught up on here is they rent a motorbike and they just take off and go, or they buy a car or rent a car, okay? It is literally 200,000 pesos worth of liability coverage. It doesn't matter who's driving it. It has to do with the vehicle, not
That's
the driver.
4,000
That's 4,000 bucks, yeah.
200,000 worth of coverage.
Yeah, it ain't enough.
Well, you can buy
But-
400,000, but
Yeah.
200,000
For a motorbike, it's enough.
300 pesos. That's $5.
Yeah.
It's $5 to buy $4,000 worth. So, and 200,000 covers a lot. If you want 400,000, so you buy 2 policies because they only do 200 at a time. But that's $10. And a lot of people, what happened was somebody we know is they drove their vehicle and they had a medical problem where they blacked out and they drove it into a ditch and they hurt somebody very badly. And that guy had a broken leg, a broken hip.
The guy he hit.
The guy he hit in the ditch was a worker, and it cost him nearly $400,000 at the hospital.
Yeah, one little nugget for you guys is the guy that doesn't matter if you're a Filipino or a foreigner, especially though if you're a foreigner. Especially. But it doesn't matter. If you have the bigger vehicle, you have to pay for whatever injuries they sustain.
Or if you're a foreigner,
So
you're paying.
600 pesos, $10, you could have saved 400,000.
Yeah.
You got to get.
Well, I think what happens is guys come over here and everything, and I'm not there's not just women, but everything is eye candy to them.
Everything is.
Everything's eye candy. I want this, I want
You're
some
right,
of this,
you're
and
right,
look,
right.
like you said, when we were in a hurry. They're in a hurry. They want to go do everything. They're spending all this money. Next thing they find out, like people I know, a year later they find out, you know what? I'm broke.
Yeah.
I'm not only broke here. I'm broke.
it's easy to
I
spend.
spend everything I have in the U.S. too.
Yeah.
I got nothing, and then they're in trouble. And you know that's where I think maybe I don't know if I'm different. Then I'm different. I
Well,
know
you
I'm
had a
unique.
savings.
Well,
I didn't have.
I
a
have.
savings.
I planned for my retirement back when I was 20 years old.
Right. You're
So
a unicorn.
I have a nest egg. I have income. I have investments. I have
Sure.
incoming check. I have all kinds. I have more money than I need. Okay, we'll just leave it at that. And some of these guys, I just like you advise them. I'm like, dude, it's none of my business, but you're gonna get yourself in trouble. And I'm rude for suggesting that, and I shouldn't, but I do because they're my friend. And then I get looked down upon because I'm caring, because I care about you because you're my friend. And then they get into I can't.
And they're embarrassed.
It's not the right thing to say, I told you so, right? But they're embarrassed, they don't want to talk about it, and it's, I should have done this different, I should have. But like you said, lead people to the water. if they don't drink, they don't drink. But
Right.
The problem is when I got here, I'm very, excuse me, very materialistic. It's just what I was in the States. I had jewelry, I had custom clothes from Italy, I had fancy cars. You don't lose that. You're spoiled, okay? I lost the money and I lost all that stuff, but it's still ingrained. You know, I like good stuff, not secondhand stuff, never used, you know, anything like that. When I got here, I still had the same mentality, and I spent all my money from month to month, and it got me in trouble because I had to borrow from you. I had to borrow from you on a certain month. I had to borrow from another guy, a friend of ours, Andy. And
he paid back.
I did pay back.
He paid us back.
He paid it back.
Paid back. But I shouldn't have, with the income I had, I shouldn't have had to be in a position where I'm borrowing 10, 20,000 pesos. It didn't make any sense because I kept buying things I didn't necessarily have to have right away. It was just a bad habit of buying. I have a very bad habit. I don't window shop, I buy.
I made a video
That's me.
a few
That's
videos back, and it was about that topic. And I said one thing that I think men need to be aware of, and women, is impulse control. And you get emotional.
Yeah.
And I'll do things on impulse.
Yeah, that was a good
And-
video. Yeah.
Did you see it?
Yeah,
And
I
I
watched it.
really, really believe that that's sage advice. And
Send me a link to that.
Yeah, I like
go
that.
to my channel.
You know,
Jesus.
I don't
do the
Yeah,
24,
thanks so
48,
much.
72 hour thing. You know, I want this. I wait 24 hours.
Yeah.
See if you still
Yeah.
really want it that bad tomorrow or the next day.
Yeah, for example, if I'm hauling down the street with May and she sees something cute hanging at an okay store and she taps me on the shoulder, of course I pull over because it's not going to cost me more than $1.50.
Yeah.
She sees
Yeah.
a pair of shorts
Literally.
or you literally.
You can buy a dress for 100
makes her
pesos.
happy.
I
She,
mean,
can, she
It made her
comes rolling
happy.
out with 3 things
$2
and she's proud because they were all on sale for 40 pesos. So she gets 3 dresses for, that's an
I give
impulse buy.
1,000 pesos to Carolyn to go shopping. She comes back with 900.
The point
How is
being
that possible?
is that these guys, like we're talking about this gentleman, he met a lady and he started to work off of emotions instead of logic.
Try to buy love.
And before you buy a car, before you buy a scooter, before you rent an apartment, I just say, sleep on it for 24 hours. I have
Right.
actually a 72-hour rule
Right.
if it's a major decision. And believe me, I thought for over a year before I bought a car.
You
And
think
I
about
had
it.
the
You gotta
money
think
in the
about it.
bank a year ago, but waited
Yeah.
until it was just like, okay, now's the time.
Because if you want to travel or move around, those things hold you back. Really bad case in the U.S. was I'd strive to buy expensive stuff. But then that expensive stuff owns me.
Oh yeah.
I have to worry about it.
Oh,
I have
yeah.
to protect it. I have to insure it. I have to cover it. You know, you
Maintain
buy
it,
Yeah,
clean it.
it's like ridiculous. So you work really hard to get all this really fancy stuff, but eventually that big rock grows so heavy, and you're like, I'm a slave to the stuff I own.
Right.
That's what it amounts to.
Right. That's why, you buy some guys get really hyped up about if there's a little scratch or a dent or
Right.
ding or whatever.
worry about it,
I
yeah.
could care less.
Can't worry about
You
it.
know what? It just is what it is. It's a car, it's a bike. It's supposed to go from A to B.
It doesn't have to be perfect.
It doesn't
you
have
get
to
stuff
be.
out of China. It's
I'm
cheap.
not impressing anybody with it. I'm not being Joe Cool.
The
I'm not
mentality-
25 years old anymore.
I
where I'm
got
trying
tools,
to
and they're
The mentality
probably
of that
hard
is different
quality.
here than in the U.S.
big time.
You know, I get tools out of
Go on
China
that.
cheap.
Expand on that a little
Well,
bit.
in the U.S., my truck was my prize, or
Kinda
my
defined you a little
my
bit?
boat was my prize. Everything I owned was my.
Materials.
But like you said, it owned me because everything was about
You got to clean it, wax it, cover
clean
it,
my
worry about it.
Harley and clean my truck
it.
and clean. But here it's you just have, like we talked earlier, you can't own anything nice here because it's
It
going to
won't.
get
It won't.
scratched, dented, or
Or
and you
stolen.
and you know who did it? It doesn't matter because nobody cares.
Yeah.
So it's a point A to point B kind of thing.
Right,
So,
and you don't really carry any extra weight
Nah.
with anybody on anything that you own.
No.
Or how big or how small your house is.
No.
No one gives a shit.
Yeah.
They either like you or they don't.
Yeah.
And they're either going to hang out with you or they're not.
Yeah.
And no one really cares if
Yeah.
you're rich and I'm poor and you're in the middle. No one
I
gives
do
a
know I'm
rip.
happy.
No one ever
Satisfied.
talks about. No one ever talks about the same. The conversations out here do a 180 from what you had in America.
Yeah.
When men got together, all they ever freaking talked about was their job, and then you're
It's
gonna get
not about
promoted,
what you have. It's not about what
and
you
just
have.
got this.
I don't know
and just
about
got that.
I don't know about y'all, but I don't watch TV here.
Yeah, I don't either.
When I was in the States, I watched TV every evening and
Yeah, I
watched the
don't watch
news,
TV.
and you know the news is what tore me up.
Yeah.
The politics. That's all U.S. has got into is politics. Everything. You had a conversation about teddy bears, and somebody's going to turn it into a Biden-Trump thing. I don't know why people feel the need to do that, but here you don't have that stress.
No.
We don't, and it's unwritten. We don't talk politics. We don't talk religion,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
and we help each other.
We don't talk about the COVID
However,
shit.
there are. I'll put a little spin on that. Birds of a feather do flock together. So there are guys that love to talk politics, but they tend to click up together.
Yeah.
And they get their own little coffee clits going, or they might want to talk about they're flat earthers or whatever.
God.
So they get actually. There's like a group out here of like 10 guys that they get together.
Swear
And they have
Earth is flat.
they have a meeting, or something. But I figure, what the hell? They're not hurting me. They're not hurting
Yeah,
you.
let 'em
And if
have
they
their
want to
thing.
get together
Sure.
and do their thing, rock on.
Yeah.
And you know why that is? It's because the Filipino people are only concerned about one thing: their next meal.
Yeah.
They're not worried about worldly things. They
Yeah.
don't have. They just can't. They're always the only thing they have to worry about, and they don't really worry much, is feeding their kids or the next meal. That's it.
And
Really-
it doesn't take a lot to make it happy.
Yeah, and rice. Rice is life here.
Yeah, rice is
Rice
life.
goes alive. Now, dental.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Let's go to dental.
What do we got? Marcus Welby on the channel today? I
So-
don't know.
So I said I really haven't had a teeth cleaning in 2 years. I need a teeth cleaning. I didn't do it in Mexico. It's been a long time.
He doesn't brush his teeth either.
It's 1,500 pages. I
Well,
said you don't brush my teeth.
he only brushes the ones he wants to keep.
I brushed this too. I rushed this one. It's only 1,500 pesos. What is that? 1,500
$30
pesos.
bucks.
30 bucks.
25 bucks.
25 bucks. For teeth cleaning. And they have professional teeth cleaners here. They have professional equipment. They use the high water pressure sonic thing. It's pretty good.
Carolyn reminds him every night, babe, go brush your tooth.
And I thought, well, I should take Carolyn in too, because I said, when's the last time you had a teeth? Oh, back in 2016 or something, or 17. I said, well, what, you should at least get your teeth cleaned. Let's go and get your teeth cleaned. Because she never complained about any. Her teeth are nice. She actually has nice teeth. She never wore braces, but she has beautiful teeth. And she doesn't complain about any pain.
I bet she had a lot of cavities.
12 fucking cavities. I'm sorry. But 12.
This is definitely for members only.
1,500 pesos a cavity. 9,000 pesos later. No, not 9. 18,000 pesos later. I had to go to the bank and withdraw all the funds I had to pay for just her. 18,000 pesos. Just for her. 19.5 by the time we got out. I'm sorry.
That's less than,
who
that's
has
like 350 bucks.
who has 12 cavities?
I don't.
They had 10.
Seriously?
Janessa had 5.
Janessa had 5.
What is the deal with that?
Because they never go to the dentist.
No, it's
She-
a candy.
They brushed their
Oh.
teeth. They brushed their teeth. May washes her teeth 3 times a day.
It's a sugar, isn't it?
I get my teeth cleaned every 4 months because I smoke.
Yeah.
And I drink a
We
lot of
do that,
coffee,
but we
so I
know
get
to do it.
stains.
You need a facelift.
Janessa had
is it?
never been to the dentist. I took her the first time with the dentist. She had 3 teeth pulled and 5 cavities. I was like,
Yeah.
Teeth
Yeah.
pulled. Teeth
Yeah.
pulled.
3 teeth pulled.
Ouch. What do they charge for that? Do you remember?
I think the whole thing, all the teeth fillings and everything was 5,000 or 6,000 pesos maybe.
It's not too bad. I couldn't believe she
Yeah.
said
120
They
bucks.
came back
Yeah.
to me and they said it's 18,000. And I look at it and go, well, everything's negotiable. Will you at least give her teeth cleaning for free?
Yeah. But her teeth that were pulled were
Well
in the
done,
back.
Rabbi.
I'm Jewish, that's the Jew in me. I got to get something for nothing. It's going to cost me an arm and a leg. At least give me a finger, okay? They gave me the middle finger. I literally had to withdraw $25,000 from my BDO account in order to cover her and mine. And all nothing. No cavities. I've never had cavities. No cavities. And she goes, how long has it been? I said, at least 2 years. Okay. I said, when should I come back? She goes, I don't know, 2 years. You don't really have anything.
Really, you were good.
Because I don't eat carbs and I don't have sugar.
And you only brush one tooth to worry about,
Yeah.
so
I don't eat carbs in there.
You soak them in the glass next to the bed every night.
That's why. They're sitting in the jar next to my bed. I don't have cavities. Okay, I have teeth, but I don't have cavities. This is stupid.
Takes them outside and pressure washes them every now and then.
Okay, so you're officially the dumbest. Okay, dumber, dumbest. Okay, fine. Got that out of the way. Stupid.
Should we wrap it up?
That sounds like a wrap.
Have we actually imparted anything on this video?
I don't know.
Who knows?
We just talk.
We never know. We just open up our mouths and see what happens.
It was funny shit, though.
So let me ask you this. How long have you been in the Philippines, Carol?
I came January of last year.
So
I went back
a year and a half.
I went back to Texas for 3 weeks, come back again. So I was
Okay.
with a 3-week break. So
You got
A
here
year and a half.
year and a half with a 3-week
You,
break.
how long?
a week after him.
A year and a half.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Biggest regret?
Biggest regret?
Oh, I have a couple.
Only one.
Ah, shit.
Okay. I know exactly.
I don't have any regrets, but I really, really, really miss a good steak, a real Texas steak, and I miss Whataburger.
Okay, so there's nothing that you've done over here that you say, gee whiz, that was awful or terrible or anything good on you? How about you? What?
Well, I just moved, so I had a nice place.
Yeah, I would have thought you would have said your first place because you had a nice place, but the road up was funky, and you had to go through all that Cebulan traffic.
It was a nice place up on a mountain. It was new, first one to move there. Actually, it was Mike's Philippine Retirement did a video on it. The place was nice, but it was just so far from everything.
Yeah.
And up the mountain, the road was dirt. So when it's not raining, it was so dusty. And so you had to roll the windows up, and then your car's always dirty from the dust. And then when it was raining, your car was muddy as hell from the mud, and it was muddy. I just didn't like it.
How do you like Valencia?
I like it.
You like your new place?
Oh, yeah, it's a beautiful place. You're gonna have to do a
he
video
came
on
and
it.
visited yesterday.
Nice. I mean, really nice.
So
You have to do a separate video.
yeah,
on
it's a
that.
lot nicer, I think.
It's
What do you
really-
pay if you don't mind me asking?
It's the same as where I was before, actually. 35,000 pesos
And he
a
locked
month.
it in for 3 years.
Yeah, I negotiated with the landlord 3 additional years with no price increase.
Good on you.
I
And
tell you, that
it's,
place
it's an individual residence. It's not
Yeah.
an apartment.
It's an individual
or anything
residence.
like
It's
that.
a little complex. There's one other unit, and
it's
then
separate. It's separate.
yeah, we're separate. They're not
Okay.
connected, and there's a
So you have
pool
privacy.
in between us that I share the pool with one other person.
And the
And
place is pristine and brand
Yeah,
not
it's
cheaply.
nice.
How did
not
you find
cheaply
it?
furnished.
People are always curious about that.
Facebook. I don't know. Can I say the realtor's name?
Yeah.
Alma. What's
Fulco.
Alma's last name? Huh?
Fulco.
Yeah,
My
Alma
ebook.
Fulco. So I've dealt with several. I dealt with
You and a
several
friggin' ebook.
realtors
It's an
on the
ebook.
first
He's the only
place,
one.
and I didn't like any of them really. But this one, Alma Fulco, she's great.
Yes, she
So
is.
if you come here, look her up, Alma Fulco, Fulco.
And she's on the Filipino
Get the
Peace
ebook.
channel a lot.
Look her up,
Get the
and
ebook.
she's great. She knows her stuff. She's professional. She's on time. She does what she says and says what she does, whereas the others don't. She was great.
Right, it's a good plug.
Yeah,
That I'll go with.
My
'Cause
biggest
I know
regret.
she's very credible. Yeah.
very.
My biggest regret. Not coming here sooner.
I was going to say, no, after you got here, that's not a fair answer. I was going to say all that money you blew sending it to those
Because
chicks
I
online.
wouldn't have blown it.
Remember,
no,
you
I don't have
sending
regret.
all
I didn't
that
have
money?
regrets on that. I don't
You don't
care.
regret that?
Not at all.
Okay.
I had fun. It wasn't that much money. Biggest regret, not coming here sooner. I could have come here in 2012, anytime from 2012, and I didn't get here till what, 2023?
Yeah.
Yeah, big mistake. I blew all my money in Las Vegas over a 10-year period. Blew it.
Blew it. So
Blew it.
you could have been
On
here
hookers.
instead.
Well, no, you forgot about the Coke.
Yeah. Hookers and drugs. Yeah.
And the Coke.
And I
Yeah.
also was drunk too, but we
Yeah.
won't go
I'm
there.
just kidding.
That's okay. This is going to be a members only. So you can started it off with
Oh,
a hooker's
man.
tits in a
I
strip bar.
bought, can I say it? I bought 2 sets of tits and an ass. I did. I paid for them. 2 sets of tits, and I didn't even get to see them.
Now y'all know why I call him Gold Fucker and not Gold Finger.
I had a lot of fun. I don't regret I don't regret spending the money. Okay, I enjoyed the 2 sets of tits and the ass and all the girls and the coke
You know,
and everything else. But I do
I am
regret
going to
not
have to
coming
put
here
a
sooner.
parental warning introduction to this video. I have actually had some people say, Paul, I thought it was a family channel, you know, and every now and then I've
Okay,
slipped
warning.
It depends on whose family it is.
Hide your kids. Cover your eyes.
Yeah, definitely.
See no
That'll
evil.
be the title
Speak
of
no
the
evil.
video.
Hear no evil.
Hide the children.
Oh my God. I don't regret spending any of the money on all the girls. And all the
Okay,
fun
all
I had.
right.
I
So
went to
you just
clubs.
regret
I
that
was
you
a
didn't
baller.
come over here earlier.
Oh man, I had a great time. No, I should have come here earlier.
All
If I
right.
had come here earlier, I would have
And
spent all that money.
what's your greatest accomplishment, or what are you proudest of, or what's been your best day? I don't know.
Here?
Yeah. If there is such a thing. I mean, that's a kind of a tough question.
It is
I don't
a tough
think I
one
can pull
because
one
there's
out. But overall, what makes you happy about being here?
Well, my first 6 months, like I said, I met Janessa right after I got here at the restaurant. She was a waitress at the restaurant. And I always thought she was cute, and then we talked, and she would reel me in and throw me back out. So, and she knew it. I was dating other people because I couldn't get her to commit. And those just didn't work out because, if it don't fit, it don't fit, right?
Right.
And, when I told her that day, I give up, I'm not going to try, and good luck to you, goodbye. I'm moving on, and I'm going to, and somebody, the day after I sent her that goodbye, a friend of mine, I think it was you, went to where she was working, to that restaurant where she was working.
I didn't tell her anything.
So she sent me a message and says, your friend is here and says you're on a date. And so
No, this is guy.
I'm just telling you what the woman
I had
did.
your back. I did not say that.
So
She insisted that you were. I said no.
I sent her a message back and said, yes, I am. I told you I gave up. Goodbye. Yes, I am. And that's when she gave the turnaround. And so I think the coolest thing was when she sent me another message that says, okay, I'm done testing you and I'm ready to do this, and I want to be with you, and I want to do this. And I said, okay, so what is your plan? I asked her, what is your plan? She says, I'm ready. I didn't ask her to. I'm going to quit my job and I want to come stay with you. And I said, okay, when would you like to do that? And she gave me a date. And I said, okay, I think that would be okay because I think you really should live together to see if you can cohabitate. And if you can't, then if it don't work, then, you tried.
Yeah.
And so she gave me a date, and the date she gave me, she moved in. Everything she said she would do, she did. She moved in, and that's when my life changed from, every day I'd get up and go out and spend the day with different friends and stuff, and different excursions, and
I you back then.
then that's when it was just, became her and I.
I think that's the dynamic out here once we hook up with somebody is when we enjoy our partner's company, there's a lot less motivation to leave the house.
Yeah.
Sometimes you leave the house just to get away from yourself when you're by yourself. You just want to get out and have a conversation or meet somebody or have some interaction because we're social creatures. But when you're with somebody, it's okay just to stay at home. Like, I stayed home for 3 days in a row because it was just so freaking hot out.
Yeah.
I was like, I look, I think, oh God, I don't want to go out in that heat. And I go, babe, you mind if we just stay here, or you can leave if you want to, but I don't want to go out in it. And we just stayed together all day for 3 days in a row. And right now, she's out doing her thing on her scooter. I'm out on my scooter going my direction.
Right.
And we'll find each other eventually sometime during the day. But we're not glued together. But we've got, I think it's great balance, like you brought your girl with you and her sister here to Forest Camp. And they're out splashing around having a good time. So that's awesome. And
my best moment
is
the kids. It is so cool to see their eyes. The kids here are not like the kids back home. The kids here are so respectful, so thankful.
They are.
They're so cute. Okay,
Yeah.
they put little ducks in their hair. They braid little ducks that wiggle in their hair.
Yeah.
And they do things that I just have not seen in a while. And they take your hand and they thank you, whether it be helmets or food. They take your hand and they put it to their forehead. That's
Bless.
a bless and a respect. And they're all so respectful. I was worried about things getting stolen because I had them in the house due to weather. No
Doesn't
way.
even enter their mind.
No, that doesn't happen at all.
No.
Or they might hurt the dog. You know,
No.
Einstein, because he's little, you know. And now, these kids were so quiet
Yeah.
and sitting in their seats and thankful. And when we did the helmets, you remember how it was, you know, the
Yeah,
helmets.
that was psycho.
Those kids were sweetest kids I've ever.
Yeah, I actually have a
Wasn't one
video.
bad one.
I actually have a video that I did, what, Saturday?
Yeah.
Was it?
Saturday,
Today's
yeah.
what, Monday? Okay.
It is.
2 days ago. I haven't put it together yet because I did all these little clips. But he had a little get together at his house or his apartment, and
Yeah.
you fed, what, 30 kids?
We fed 30. We invited 30.
And I
30
videotaped
showed.
it, and I've yet to put it together. But that's be coming out soon. And
Yeah.
I'll probably start that out on members only also.
And I got, I said, okay, this is going to work. We're going to do this. We may have to keep it down to 50 or under 50 if we're doing it inside my home.
Now, are you going to do that every week?
Yes.
So
For
every
right now,
Saturday?
Every Saturday. That's
Because
good
May
stuff.
and I want to participate.
Great.
And May says she loved going over and helping.
I bought
And
big rice cooker.
well, next time we're going to bring one of the
Giant.
dogs with us.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Because, well, see, we had places to be that day. Like, remember I had to leave, and I
Oh,
had
yeah,
a
you had
noon,
three
and then I had a
appointments.
2 o'clock, and
You
I
had a
had a
busy
this
day.
o'clock and a that
Yeah.
o'clock. And next Saturday, we'll just...
Well, you missed when they were doing the games at the end where they're name the animals.
Oh, really?
That Carolyn printed pictures of animals.
Really?
So the kids had to name the animals. You missed some of its shape. And then she did math problems.
Well, maybe I should redo the video.
You can wait till the next Saturday.
Yeah, I think I will. Because I got,
Saturday, if you have
it
more
was
time.
weird light and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we-
But now that I know
And we
what's
weren't as
going on.
organized, so maybe the next one
All
might
right.
be.
All right. So I'm going to do that.
I actually bought tables, so I don't have to borrow tables. We had borrowed tables.
All right.
I bought tables and I bought stools. We had chairs with backs like these, and it was the chairs with backs take up more room. I bought 40 stools and had them delivered yesterday. Giant rice cookers. We're not making little things of rice and storing them. Big giant pots, so we could, you know, because Carolyn's not familiar with cooking for large groups. She's cooking like it's a family. There's 30, 40 people. You got to cook. You got to big ladles. I ordered long stainless steel giant ladles and stuff to mix things and serve it. You know.
Well, let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
We bored them long enough.
All
So
right.
basically, to sum it up, you're on a 4-day fast.
I'm on a 5-day fast.
5-day
Which I might
fast.
extend to 7.
You're losing weight.
Definitely.
You're taking memory pills, but you
I
can't
can't
remember the name of
I don't
them.
remember the pill.
You've gained 25 pounds since
Yeah.
you moved in with your lady.
Yeah.
Same thing happened to me. So you're going to try to take charge of that? or are you
I've
just
already
gonna roll
started.
with it?
No, I've already started.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I lost weight
Yeah.
and then I gained some back.
Yeah.
So it's time for me to reamp too.
Yeah. I mean, it's
we all fall off the wagon every now and then. So
you have
what the hell?
your weight vastly affects your health.
It sure shit
So
does.
I
Yeah, I
need
feel
to
great.
drop it back.
It really
I really do
does.
feel great.
When you lose that gut, but I can feel I got about 5,
Yeah.
6 pounds right around the middle. And the pants are
Yeah.
tighter, the shirts are tighter. It doesn't feel
Yeah.
as good. It's and you're just lugging that around. Makes it harder to walk, harder to breathe, harder to do everything.
Yeah.
But overall, you guys are happy campers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
we're
love it
all
here.
we're all
Yeah.
settled
I ain't
down
going
with
back
a significant
to the
other.
US. I love
You're
it.
not going back to
Not a
America.
chance.
Are you going back?
I don't own anything back there. I sold everything.
So you-
I don't
done.
care if my driver's
Yeah.
license expires in the U.S. I'll get a driver's license here first. I will not go back.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. The lighting's kind of weird on this deal, but hey, what the hell? Conversation was fun.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see all you guys later. This is going to be members only.
Really?
Because it's, absolutely.
Because of the
yeah,
because
I
of
can't
that.
throw this out to the general public. And
Oh,
I have to,
that's
I'm going to
so fun.
oh, wait. You'll see.
You should put some shorts on there.
I might be able to
and-
edit it, okay, or have May edit it so I can put it out to
don't
the
edit.
general consumption. I don't, but May does. So we may have to bleep out some of the words or something.
You can believe.
All right?
All right.
All right. All right. Well, welcome to the 99-cent store. That's what I charge for my membership.
Oh, yeah,
99
yeah,
cents.
Yeah.
99-cent store went out of business, so I resuscitated it.
99 peso store now.
Show a 1-minute clip of this and say if you want to see the whole video, which is, I don't know, 40 minutes long, become a member.
What a Jew.
I sell everything for $1.
You're trying to make money.
You gotta think. How can I motivate these people?
Rabbi Goldfinger.
I'll tell you.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Go Horns.